What's going on, Flicks Talkers? Welcome back to another shitty review. I'm gonna just say off the bat, shitty.
Let's put it out there. It sucked. It was shitty.
If you guys clicked on this, you guys know that we're talking about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, which was a 1994 movie, only an hour and 27 minutes.
We were talking about it jokingly, but in all seriousness, it was like the longest, shortest movie we've ever seen.
It was bad. It was so bad.
I didn't have a beard before we watched it, and now, I do.
So just a quick, little background before. So what we were doing is we were just trying to, look for some movies that we both hadn't seen. Unfortunately, Jeremy's seen, freaking everything.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's really hard to kind of get on the same page with not seeing anything. But he recommended the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation.
I don't know why. I just...
Yeah. It was.
I think it just popped up, and
he had said that he had not seen it, and I said that was one that I always wanted to see, just because I heard so many crazy things on it.
Yeah.
So we decided to take a chance on it, and oh my god, this was the weirdest movie.
It was so random, just random parts. It's like at some points they were whispering, where it's like, why is everybody whispering? What's going on?
Yeah. It follows the cliche tropes of a horror movie of kids going into the woods, and just going crazy, I guess. So, but basically, in a nutshell, is this the fourth? Is this the fourth in the
so.
series?
Yeah.
Because I do remember, of course, the first, which was iconic.
First one,
late 70s, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the second one, which came out.
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, mid 80s.
Yeah,
something like that.
80,
maybe late.
Yeah,
83. Oh, earlier, probably?
83, 86. I could be completely wrong.
No, that's one that I always remember. That one was a more, I guess, fun.
Yeah.
A more fun, crazy family.
Crazy, a little bit more campy. Had Dennis Hopper. He had that chainsaw duel.
Yeah, you had the cousin with the plate in his head or something that. So I always remember that craziness of it, and the more fun. It was really gory and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I never saw the third one, and then we have this one, which always gets talked about because it's a year after Dazed and Confused was filmed.
Yeah. Year after the classic Dazed and Confused.
Yeah. So this is technically Matthew McConaughey's second feature film, because I mean
it was his first starring real starring role, because in Dazed he had 20 minutes of screen time, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
The movie, but
but people remember his character,
the most. But this is first movies where he actually had top billing, he was the main dude.
Yeah, and there was that reference that you had said where he goes, all right.
He comes at a point where it's the Psycho family's there, and they're all gonna have dinner, and obviously it's not a normal dinner, on a Sunday night. He just walks in, and he just, first thing he says, all crazy, he goes, all right. And you're just all right, there it is.
Yeah. So not only is young Matthew McConaughey in this film, we get a young Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't even know where to start with this movie. I mean, pretty much the quick synopsis for this movie is a group of teenagers get into a car crash in the Texas woods on prom night, and they wander into an old farmhouse that is home to Leatherface and his insane family of cannibalistic psychopaths.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I don't even know this is still in Texas, because I thought they were on the run. At the beginning, it lets you know about the events that happened in the first movie, and that they went on the run. Well, kind of things have been quiet.
Yeah.
So,
and maybe they moved back.
Yeah. And then death started happening again, and then it went quiet again. So I'm guessing this is
they just took a lull.
Yeah, it just keeps going up and down. They have killings every decade or so. Yeah. So Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey were my favorite parts of this movie.
McConaughey, especially for me.
Yeah.
I love Matthew McConaughey. He's so good in everything. True Detective, one of my favorite shows.
Season 1, right?
Yeah, he totally killed it, and everything he does. Got the Oscar for Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh, that's right.
Just a really, really great actor, and Renee Zellweger's pretty good too.
Oh yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, I mean, she went on to they both went on to blossoming careers.
They did. I think they had the same agent. Back in the day when they were first starting.
Yeah,
maybe that's why they started in this this really bad movie.
I don't know how this movie came to be. I mean, because it was kind of like, it wasn't even the rise of slasher movies. Slasher movies were more like, or these type of movies were more set for the 80s.
Yeah.
I think personally. So doing something like right in mid 90s is kind of weird. But I mean, I guess anything to get your career off the ground.
Yeah.
And I mean, right off the bat, you get this guy Barry, who I don't even know who he plays.
What happened to him? I just got to jump it out there.
I didn't even remember how he died. I don't even know.
Did he die? He got put in the fridge. He got knocked out.
Yeah, they didn't even explain how he died. So
just weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of unexplained mysteries in that.
But he starts off the movie just bashing, basically verbally, Renee Zellweger.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Such an at what point he goes, yeah, because you're ugly.
You can't get cancer from not having sex.
Oh, right. Like you'd know. Never a date in your life, you're so ugly.
Yeah.
And
he started just belittling her and just talking shit to her, and it's just he's talking shit to his girlfriend about justifying why he's cheating, and just wild shit, weird dialogue is what it was.
Really strange dialogue.
Yeah, real strange.
That, It's...
Yeah. So I mean, it's like you get that whole cliche, all the tropes of a horror movie back then.
Yeah,
and then
went into the woods.
And then I feel like you get your typical Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie where they're just chasing him back and forth. Now, this Leatherface was played by Robert Jacks. Don't know much about him at all. Oh, man, he died at an early age of 41. So, I mean, this was like, he died like 5 years after this movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so 5 or 6 years after this movie. So, what did you think of this Leatherface?
I didn't like him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was
didn't
garbage.
It's like, what? He was always screaming really annoyingly, and just his character in it just didn't feel like Leatherface.
Anything at all.
It just...
and from what I remember, he actually wore skin on the face, right?
Yeah, he wore human skin. That's why he made his mask.
Yeah.
It just looked like he was wearing...
It was just like a plaster.
Mask.
Like it was like a latex plaster of I don't know, just like they had made it, and it was really bad. He was putting
weak, dude.
He was putting lipstick on
lipstick
on the outside of it. He had breasts, like fake breasts. It was different wigs, and it was like
wigs. And he looked like a grandma at one point.
He
had the whole apron and the grandma hair.
So I don't know the lore too much of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the family or whatnot, but it's just like, I mean, I don't know. They're just trying to create their own family, I guess. There's a scene where they're at a table and there's I'm going to the grandpa part. That's why I'm thinking of the fucking grandpa right now. So you got a bunch of victims, obviously, that they set at the round table, and there's a grandfather at the head of the table. And then once the shit starts going awry and they all start fighting each other, the grandpa just gets up and walks away. And
nothing said. Nothing gets brought up. Nothing
gets said about that because he was supposedly dead, right? His face is gray.
It was gray.
It looked like they spray painted him with gray paint.
It was like, I thought he was going to tell a joke at one point.
He just got up and was like, I'm done with this movie. Bye. I'm fucking out of here. And then we get this whole twist of like some guy comes in a limo.
Yeah, who didn't explain
They did not explain any of this.
Supposedly, I think it was like Illuminati, like he was Illuminati boss or something.
Yeah, so we get on the side of Robert Downey Jr.'s. Matthew McConaughey. I don't know why I'm thinking of the MCU right now.
It's all right. It was a shitty movie.
Yeah.
Got us all confused.
So I'm gonna have to cut that for sure because that's disrespectful. So pause. All right. So anyways, we get a cut of Matthew McConaughey's, I guess, tow truck. And his shitty ass tow truck. And on the side it says Illuminati in really big letters. There's no explanation for that.
It just says Illuminati.
But we get this character that comes in later in the movie, and he's like in a full suit, like a Wall Street type of guy, and he starts like he was
the creepiest guy in the movie.
Yeah, just saying like what are you doing? This isn't
how it's supposed to be done.
This isn't how it's supposed to be done. So you're like, okay, this is like a cult thing or something. Never gets explained, never gets broadened up. Nothing. And then they end up taking him out at the end of the movie.
Yeah. So,
with a plane.
With an airplane.
A fucking airplane wheel or something.
That was
with the propeller or
the propeller, yeah.
Are you sure with the propeller or it looked like a tire hit his head?
It could have been the tire. I don't know. I know he was It was by the plane, but
somehow they killed him and not Renee Zellweger, even though she was right there in front of him. She was like a foot in
front of him. Yeah. So she would have been taken out too. So
that's got to be the best pilot on the planet.
Yeah, seriously. It's like, all right, aim, precision.
Yeah, that was really bizarre.
And then randomly, they had that one scene where the Illuminati guy is in a suit, and then he opens up a suit, and it was just like...
Oh, yeah, what was that about?
Like he carved his skin to look like a puzzle or something. He
but
had,
it was
big rings
it was an obvious prosthetic like stomach or something, and it looked like carvings fake. Of like some kind of weird tattoo, and there was rings on there.
There was rings, like
almost like nipple big, piercings, but like on his stomach,
big loops. Just on his. It was really
fucking bizarre,
really bizarre, really weird. Didn't fit the
This movie doesn't fit on this planet.
It doesn't
at all whatsoever.
It definitely didn't fit in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. It was really bad. It was really bad.
I don't know why they continue to make these movies.
I love McConaughey. I love Renee Zellweger.
The fact that these are that this is like his second movie officially. Is pretty alarming.
And I think they both wanted to get out of this movie at one point.
Yeah,
something happened they couldn't But it's like I said, it was like their first movie. So it might have been her first movie.
Okay,
and yeah, so...
Well, it's interesting. I'm looking this up right now. So the director is Kim Henkel, and he was also the writer on the original. The writer on the 2003 version and Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Okay.
That was in 2013.
Oh, wow.
So I don't.
What was other?
This guy is like
another bad Texas
fanatical.
movie, you and I.
All of them are bad. All of them are pretty bad,
except the first one is a classic. The rest are
Yeah, these are all really bad.
Part 2 was. Okay,
I think we might have seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the 2003 version. That was supposed to be the reboot.
Jessica Biel.
Yeah, did we see that one?
We have seen that one, but we saw one. It was a few months back. It was with Stephen Dorff as the sheriff. We watched it here. It's like another...
Oh, that was called Leatherface.
Okay.
That was supposed to be like the origin story of it.
All right.
That one was... I don't know.
That one sucked.
That one's...
I gotta put it... Sorry, not trying to be negative. It just... They really missed the ball on that one too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was a little odd to me. And it just these movies just need to stop. I don't know. They just need to either create something new, but stop trying to do these prequels, sequels, and to just
way
like.
And
it always happens like decades at a time. Like I'm looking at 1974 was the original Texas Chainsaw, and then it kept just jumping and jumping, and it was just like it's just very, very weird. And
it was.
I mean, and we wanted to talk about some trivia. I mean. Oh God, I'm trying to remember more of this shit. But yeah, the whole Illuminati factor of things. I'm guessing that they were Illuminati.
That's what I'm assuming. It didn't really go into detail.
But how did he fail? He still had a victim. How did he fail? I don't get what was happening.
I don't. And then at the end, they're just like, well, do you want to go to the hospital?
Yeah, you want to go to the hospital, or do you want to go to the police station?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I gotta say, what was up with Matthew McConaughey's robot leg?
I was just gonna say it right now.
Yeah.
So Matthew McConaughey has a robot leg,
strange robotic leg.
Yeah, it's not even a prosthetic. It's like something that has like metal hinges,
like a metal brace, and it's hydraulic, like a hydraulic pump. And for some reason, it's got a hose attached to it, like a vacuum hose. Not like
that goes to like the back of his back basically. Around his, and it's not even attached to his back. It's like around his like a belt. It's like a belt.
Damn.
He does look like a Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
Like he had the proton pack in the back or whatever. Or some shit. It was pretty bad. It was extremely
and he had
bad.
Like remotes that were controlling it at some point. He didn't have a remote to walk with it.
Yeah.
But it's like his girlfriend gets the remote and she's like playing with him and she's like hitting it and his legs just going duh, duh, duh. And he's just screaming and it's just like.
Yeah. So through the whole movie, he's walking normally, and you hear the hydraulics going.
You hear it.
And then all of a sudden, you see him with all these remotes.
He's got. I was gonna say a lot of remotes. There's several remotes, not just one.
And they're all like TV remotes.
Yeah,
they're all television remotes.
He's like messing with it, trying to change the batteries.
Yeah.
He throws one down, gets another one.
And I love how he goes, "You didn't charge my remotes." He tells the girl, "You didn't charge my remotes." You mean what? Just put put batteries in? That's how you charge it. Like you just fucking put a battery in there. It was really bad, and there was no explanation for any of it. But that's how Renee Zellweger gets away in one of the scenes, pretty much.
Yeah,
and it's fucking retarded.
And she was in this movie at certain points where any normal person would be freaking out, screaming, crying, and locked in the trunk. And she's just like, at one point, she's locked in the trunk. She's got a bag over her, and she's just like, excuse me, miss, I can't breathe. Would you mind to poke a hole?
Yeah,
and I really appreciate it. You know,
and this is after they cattle prodded her like 20,000 times.
Oh yeah, and
it was insane.
Yeah, they did cattle,
and he was whipping her, and he was whipping the shit out of her.
And her boyfriend got ran over about 155 times.
Yeah, and then they show the boyfriend afterwards, and he's like completely fine.
Yeah, yeah,
like, he's like intact. Like you can still see his head.
Yeah,
and he got ran over by a fucking truck.
And she at that point she's like she didn't even care. She's just like
no.
Yeah, well. Can you let me out? You know?
Yeah, it was very weird dialogue, especially at the end when that old family picks up Renee Zellweger running. She's running to get away, and then this old family, they're like,
and they're drinking Bloody Marys.
They're drinking Bloody Marys while they're driving down this dirt road, and I think you better open the door, Opal, or whatever the fuck his name is.
She goes,
but it's very calm.
And she was really calm, and they end up picking Renee Zellweger up as she's running from Leatherface.
He's right behind her, of course.
And the old lady, they're like grandparents. The old lady goes, "Step on it, Mr. Spotify," or what it was, something like that.
Spock or Spotter.
Step on it, Mr. Spottish.
Spotty or
something like that.
It was something, but it was just
my god, yeah, it was very bizarre. That was all ADR. You could tell that was like recorded afterwards, like in a studio or something. And
the dubbing and everything.
Yeah, it was completely dubbed, and it was so bad.
It was bad.
It was just like this was the writing was so terrible, and like once
very
again,
very bad.
We don't get to see what happens to the boyfriend Barry at the beginning. He gets thrown into like some kind of ice chest, and that's it. That's all we see from him. Well, I mean, thank God he was fucking annoying.
He was annoying.
He was so annoying.
Want to see more of that.
Yeah, I just want to see more McConaughey. But so Matthew McConaughey's character is not only loud and wild, and he's like woo ah like every 5 seconds.
Crazy.
He's like cutting himself.
He's
self-mutilation.
Taking his overalls off. So shirtless. He's just like going crazy.
And then there's a scene where he fails the Illuminati guy or whatever. He fails him, and when the guy leaves, he just pulls out his knife and he goes, no!
Oh yeah.
He starts cutting everywhere, and then I was like, oh my god, like what? Like what is his ties to this group? We're trying to figure out. And I'm still trying to figure out what happened to the grandpa, man.
He was done. He's like, oh god, I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Guys, watch this movie just for that scene at the end. The grandpa gets up. He's supposed to be dead. He's like this. He's this the whole time.
Yeah. No, I
gray
think it
face.
was their grandfather. But I mean, it doesn't explain.
But why are his eyes closed and why is his face gray?
His
face was like it was almost like it's like when you lose all the blood coloring out of your face, and they're sitting next to 3 other people that have the exact same look.
Now, those people were dead. Yeah.
Well, why wasn't he dead?
No, exactly. It's like
I think he actually grabbed the knife on the table.
He just walks away. That was it. He just like doesn't
he grabbed the knife.
And then what happened?
Maybe there was food in the other room. He wanted to go cut a piece of some pizza or something.
He wanted some pizza. I don't know.
It was so fucking bizarre.
There was the brother in it. Matthew McConaughey's brother.
Yeah.
He kept quoting everybody.
Oh, that's right. The brother I forgot to talk about,
and
too.
Then he gets hit in the head with a hammer. Supposedly, I guess he gets killed. He doesn't say, but McConaughey just turns around. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't do anything. He just turns around and just crushes his head with the hammer.
So there's a brother in this movie. I want to actually give the name like I give a damn. I mean, I don't know. The brother in this, it looks like he might be an older brother, maybe.
Yeah, he could be. Like
I can't really tell. He looks like a country hick.
Yeah,
and he's and no offense to the country, but I'm just this guy looks redneck. This guy looks super redneck.
Yeah,
looks really like beat down, and he's always quoting people in history.
Ralph Emerson. This is John Paul Jones.
Shakespeare. He even
said like get this because this is.
That's like part of his everyday speech is just quoting people. Yeah. So I guess Matthew McConaughey must have like had enough, and he just starts going off on everybody. Pushes his girlfriend down.
That was after the Illuminati guy left and was like, "Hey, you basically messed up, you know, and why'd you do that? Blah blah blah."
Right.
And then McConaughey, just goes full crazy. And that's when
and then he just hit him in the head with the hammer. It's like, isn't this your brother?
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's so bizarre. It's so, and none of this stuff is ever explained. But I don't.
No, they didn't explain.
This movie was completely terrible. But I'm actually glad I watched it because I would never have known that these actors came from this shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This terrible shit. So I mean, there is some trivia. Well, actually, oh god, there's like a whole couple pages of trivia.
There's a lot.
So I don't know if I should.
Interesting. What's one thing that really pops out for you?
Let's see. Renee Zellweger reflects reflected on the film in 2016 interview and said it was very low budget.
Yeah.
So we all shared a tiny Winnebago that the producer of the film owned. It was his personal camper. So, makeup was in the front seat and there was a table in the middle for hair and there was a tiny little curtain. So it was extremely low budget, guys. It was kamikaze style filmmaking, she said. Let's see. Trivia. Despite the title, absolutely 0 people are massacred via a chainsaw.
That's what I was thinking. I was going to ask. I was like, did Leatherface actually kill anybody?
No.
Like, he didn't. Hey,
I don't even think anybody. Okay. So let's go back to one of the girls, that's her friend, gets picked up by Leatherface and put on a hook, a meat hook.
A meat hanging hook.
Yeah, a meat hanging hook. And somehow she pulled herself off. They don't show this. They don't show this.
But it's like a few scenes later, she's crawling in the middle of the road outside of the house.
So somehow she got out of the house, made it to the road, which was like half a mile away, just dragging her body.
Yeah.
And then of course they get her again because there's no escaping fucking like the family of Leatherface or whatever. And there's no physical way you can do that. I think they even tried to recreate that in the 2003 version. Where the boyfriend gets put up on the meat hook and he's trying to pull on it. He can't do it. There's no way. The pain is just too immense. So it's very ridiculous. And then she ends up getting her head hydraulic.
She gets squished,
stomped. Pretty much, which was cool. It was cool. That was a quite cool kill. It would have been cool to see it, but
but his super leg, did it.
It had some kind of weird
Ghostbuster.
Yeah, it was insane. But no other. There was not a lot of death in this movie.
No, there really wasn't.
It was just more terrorizing. It was more terrorizing.
It's like, I don't know if the brother died. I don't know if that Barry dude died. You just don't know because it doesn't really show you.
Yeah, so this trivia kind of sucks. But you were telling me a lot about that they didn't really even want to be in this movie.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things that they did it and it was just like, man, kind of don't, it was one of those things that obviously it's their first roles and stuff and it's just like, ooh, I don't know if we're doing the right thing, or they look back at it now, but it's like, I think there was a lot of problems with it.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like, there's a lot of
whole
goofs.
Makeup in one RV, and it just kind of reflected that, watching the movie, you're just like, oh yeah, this was, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. There's
nothing more we can say about this movie, guys. It was pretty terrible. Like I said, if you're a fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I don't know why you would be, because it was such a shitty. It's really weird because I was really trying to put myself into liking this Leatherface, but it wasn't happening for me.
Leatherface,
the first and the second, like I said, are probably my favorites as far as a Leatherface character. I have not seen the third, I don't know.
The third was par with
I think it's a good story. I mean, it's a good story, but it's something that's kind of like
the reboot was
it's a one and done, but it's a one and done.
Yeah,
to me, it's like a one and done. Like you there's no reason for sequels for this. You know what I mean?
You don't need 100 sequels or anything like that.
I know they're playing off the whole cliche of car breaks down, people get abducted type of situation or car crashes, whatever, walking through the woods. But it's just like, I don't know, something about the family, it just keeps getting worse and worse as the movies progress. And this one was the absolute worst, I thought, from seeing it so far, the ones that I've seen so far. And then the character of Darla, her name was it was Darla.
That McConaughey's girlfriend?
That was McConaughey's girlfriend, who I guess was cheating on her husband. And she flashed a couple times, and it was just like, why was she even there? I don't even know. Even the Illuminati character was like, why are you even here with him? It was bad.
If you guys haven't seen this one, it's not a need. You don't have to be like, oh, we gotta see it. But if you want to see it, just for
I would say
McConaughey and Zellweger,
like a drinking movie.
Have a few beers, have some drinks, whatnot, whatever. 25-year spoiler alert. Should have started in the beginning, but it's not a great movie.
And we're only reviewing this, guys, because I wanted to check out something that I hadn't seen. He hadn't seen it in a long time, and I mean, it's October. We're gonna start reviewing some horror movies. We're gonna
start bringing some horror movie reviews. Some really good,
hopefully some good ones, because this one was trash.
We got to get a good one in next, because get get that bad taste of our mouth. You know?
Yeah,
That was
seriously.
pretty bad.
Seriously, in between some of the movies that we watch in the theaters, we got to start watching some good horror movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some classic ones.
Yeah.
It's hard. But let me know, guys, in the comments below, do you guys want to see us review like some more newer, modern horror movies or retro? Or even name some retro ones that we can we might have.
One we haven't seen.
This guy's seen it all. This guy's seen everything.
There's
So
some
I don't know.
haven't, but I do like my movies. So
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to say about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the new generation or next generation? Excuse me.
Not really. I'm kind of over it.
Why was it called the next generation? I don't get that.
I don't know.
Was that because it was a whole new generation of family members besides Leatherface?
Maybe, it was in the 90s. Maybe it was like bringing out their new thing, next generation. Like
And the soundtrack was just like all newy hip bands, I guess, whatever. It sounded like new rock music or whatever. And
it was something in that.
It was kind of that was pretty bad too.
No,
actually.
it was not a great movie. Just
I wouldn't even say it was a good movie.
No, it wasn't a good.
It wasn't even a good movie.
It was just very random. And
Yeah.
at points you watch and you're just like, huh? Did that really just happen?
Yeah, but it's like, oh man, you just want to talk about it afterwards. So I guess that's a good thing about it.
No, totally.
Talking about it.
Like you said, it's a good drinking movie. Just hang out, chill, talk about it, and just see.
And then watch another movie after it to get that
you do have
bad
to watch
taste out of your mouth.
another movie afterwards. And like David said, if anybody has any suggestions, any review suggestions, anything like that, let us know.
Yeah,
definitely.
For sure. All right. So do you want to rate this? At a 5 or at a 10?
Or either way, I think I'm gonna go with like a 0. No,
I'll give it a 1 out of 5.
I was gonna say 1.
I'll give it a 1.
Just because McConaughey does go over the top, and he goes, he kind of goes like Nick Cage, and it's just I do love McConaughey.
Oh, he went full Nick Cage.
He did.
He went
full Nick Cage.
He went full Nick Cage, and I mean, just for Zellweger, like taking the abuse that she did. So there's a scene also. I keep remembering shit now where McConaughey keeps spitting.
Yeah, he's spitting at her like an apple.
Really
or something.
spitting because there's food particles flying on her chest. He spits on her about 5 or 6 times. So he really got into this role on some Joaquin Phoenix Joker type shit. I'm gonna call him Joaquin Phoenix.
Joker Phoenix.
Yeah.
I can't talk.
Yeah. I'm but let us know, guys. If you guys have seen this one, if you guys made it through this one, what did you think? If you guys are fans of the movie, or if you guys just caught it randomly, let us know. It's kind of hard to find. It says it's on Amazon Prime, but we have to watch it on a different streaming service. But anyways, guys, please hit that thumbs up if you guys can. If you guys did enjoy this review, make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel and follow all the social medias. I'm going to put all that below because it's a lot to say. So, all right, guys. Happy October.
Right. Yes, happy October. Take it easy.
Peace.